At the start of the new millennium, an ordinary construction project in London turns into a nightmare. Workers digging into the underground accidentally awaken a massive, hibernating dragon, a creature thought to be long extinct. The dragon's fiery breath incinerates the crew, leaving only a young boy, Quinn Abercrombie, as the sole survivor. His mother, Karen, sacrifices herself to save him, crushed as the dragon escapes to the surface. This single event sets off a catastrophic chain reaction as more dragons emerge, rapidly multiplying and wreaking havoc across the globe. Scientists later uncover that dragons were the real reason dinosaurs went extinct millions of years ago. Using their fire, they burned the earth to ash before going into hibernation, waiting for the planet to regenerate. Now reawakened, the dragons resume their destructive cycle, overwhelming humanity's efforts to fight back. Conventional weapons prove ineffective, and even nuclear strikes only make matters worse. By 2020, the Earth is a scorched wasteland, and small groups of survivors cling to life in isolated pockets of safety. One such group is led by an adult, Quinn, who has fortified a castle in Northumberland to protect his community. The group struggles with hunger and the constant threat of dragon attacks, relying on carefully timed harvests to survive. Tensions rise when Eddie, one of the residents, defies Quinn's orders and leads a group to harvest tomatoes before they're ready. This act not only jeopardizes their future crops, but also attracts a dragon. The dragon ambushes them, killing one of the group members and trapping the rest in a fiery inferno. Quinn and his allies, including his loyal friend Creedy and the younger Jared, mount a daring rescue using old fire engines and protective suits. They manage to save some of the group, but Eddie's son is tragically killed during the escape. The loss weighs heavily on the survivors, leaving them disheartened and questioning their chances of survival. Amid this despair, a new hope arrives in the form of the Kentucky Irregulars, a band of American dragon hunters led by the fierce and determined Quinn and Van Zan. Van Zan's group is armed with heavy equipment, including a tank and a helicopter piloted by the skilled Alex Jensen. They've developed a system for tracking and killing dragons, something Quinn initially finds hard to believe. But after seeing them in action, he realizes they are capable of what seemed impossible: defeating dragons. Van Zan and his team help Quinn and the castle residents kill a dragon that had been terrorizing their crops. The community celebrates this rare victory, but Van Zan tempers their enthusiasm by reminding them of the cost. 3 of his men were killed during the hunt. The Americans aren't just passing through, they have a bigger mission. Van Zan reveals a critical discovery. Every dragon they've encountered has been female, carrying unfertilized eggs. This suggests the existence of a single male dragon, the sole breeder of the species. Van Zan believes that killing this male will stop the dragons from reproducing and save humanity. However, Quinn recognizes this male. It's the same dragon that killed his mother, and warns that every attempt to hunt it has ended in disaster. Van Zan refuses to back down, and tensions between him and Quinn boil over. Van Zan takes matters into his own hands, forcibly recruiting some of the castle's best men to join his mission. Enraged, Quinn attacks Van Zan, but he's overpowered. Still, he warns the Americans that pursuing the male dragon will only lead to their destruction and leave the castle vulnerable to attack. Van Zan and his group head to London, ignoring Quinn's warnings. They soon encounter the male dragon, who ambushes them on the road and decimates their ranks. The dragon, now aware of the castle's location, returns and launches a devastating attack. Many of the residents are killed, and the castle is left in ruins. During the chaos, Creedy sacrifices himself to protect others, leaving Quinn heartbroken. With nothing left to lose, Quinn agrees to join Van Zan and Alex on one final mission to kill the male dragon. Together, they return to London, which has become the dragon's nesting ground. Van Zan devises a daring plan to kill the male. He plans to shoot a magnesium-tipped explosive arrow into the dragon's throat when it inhales to breathe fire. In the heat of the battle, Van Zan takes the first shot but misses when the dragon destroys the arrow midair. Realizing their plan has failed, Van Zan sacrifices himself, leaping off a building to distract the beast with his massive axe. Now it's up to Quinn and Alex to finish the job. They lure the dragon to street level, using the narrow confines of the city to limit its mobility. In a final, desperate move, Quinn fires a second explosive arrow directly into the dragon's open mouth as it prepares to breathe fire. The shot hits its mark, killing the male dragon in a massive explosion. With the death of the male, the dragon's reign of terror finally ends. Months later, Quinn and Alex are seen on a hill overlooking the North Sea, working to rebuild civilization.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this, hit subscribe and tap the bell icon so you don't miss our next video. See you next time.